Have you ever been talking to an AI assistant and just wished it would, remember you? Like actually remember what you talked about yesterday or what your preferences are without you having to start from scratch every single time? Well, that future is a lot closer than you might think. And the key to making it happen is something called context engineering. So let's dive in and see what that's all about. It really all starts with this one core problem. Most chatbots we deal with today, they basically have digital amnesia. Right? You can have a great conversation, tell it something super important, and then the next time you talk to it, poof, it's all gone. So why does that happen?
Well, here's the thing. The large language models, the brains behind these bots, are fundamentally stateless. Their entire universe, everything they know and are aware of, exists only inside the context window of one single interaction. The second that interaction is over, their memory is completely wiped clean. It's like talking to a goldfish. And that is the fundamental limitation we have to solve.
And the fix, the whole field dedicated to solving this digital amnesia, is what we call context engineering. This is really the next step up from just prompt engineering. We're not just writing good prompts anymore. We're actively building and managing all the information an AI needs to be genuinely intelligent and, most importantly, stateful. So what does that actually mean? Well, context engineering is the process of dynamically, and that word is key, pulling together all the right information for every single turn in a conversation. We're talking conversation history, facts about you, data from other tools. It's about building the perfect custom briefing packet for the LLM right at the moment it needs it to give you a smart answer.
Now, there are two big ideas that make this whole thing work. The first one is the session. You can think of a session as the AI's short-term memory. It's basically a container that holds everything about one specific conversation, from the first hello to the final goodbye. It's the AI's scratchpad for the job it's doing right now.
And the second component? Well, that's memory. And this is the big one. Memory is what gives the AI long-term persistence. It captures all the important nuggets of information from all those individual sessions and stores them away. This is how you build a truly personalized experience over time. I love this analogy because it just hits the nail on the head. Context engineering is like a chef's mise en place, right? A great chef doesn't just start throwing things in a pan. No way. They spend all this time beforehand, meticulously chopping the veggies, measuring the spices, getting everything perfectly organized. That is exactly what we're doing for the AI. We're preparing all the contextual ingredients so we can cook up the perfect response. And this isn't a one-and-done thing. It happens in a constant running loop. For every single thing you say, the agent first fetches all the context it needs, then it prepares it, then it calls the LLM to figure out what to say, and finally, it uploads any new information it learned back into its memory. It's this continuous cycle of remembering, thinking, and learning.
All right, so let's break that down a little bit more, starting with that first piece of the puzzle, the session. The source material calls it the AI's workbench, and honestly, that is the perfect way to think about it.
And this slide just illustrates that difference so clearly. A session is like your messy workbench when you're in the middle of a project. It's temporary, it's kind of chaotic, but you've got all your tools and notes right there where you need them. Memory, on the other hand, that's the clean, organized filing cabinet. That's where you put the critical, finished documents that you know you'll need to find later.
So if the session is that temporary workbench, then memory is the permanent filing cabinet. And this is where things get really interesting, because this is what transforms a chatbot from just a generic tool into an expert on you. Okay, so you might be looking at this and thinking, hold on, isn't this just RAG? Retrieval Augmented Generation? And that's a great question, but they are fundamentally different things. RAG is all about injecting static, factual knowledge from outside documents, stuff that's shared by everybody. Memory is the exact opposite. It's built from your dynamic, one-on-one conversations, and it's completely isolated for each user to create a truly personal experience.
Here is the absolute best way to remember the difference. RAG is like the agent's research librarian. It's an expert on facts about the world. The memory manager is its personal assistant. It's an expert on you, your preferences, your history, your goals. A truly powerful AI needs both.
So how does this memory actually get created? Well, it's crucial to understand that it's not just about saving a transcript of your chat. That would be a noisy mess. Instead, it's a really sophisticated automated pipeline. The system takes in the conversation, uses another LLM to pull out the meaningful facts, merges those facts with what it already knows, and then stores that clean, curated memory. All right, so when you put these two pieces together, that temporary workbench of sessions and that permanent organized filing cabinet of memory, what you get is a really profound shift.
And this is the real payoff. This is the whole point. We're moving beyond these simple, forgetful chatbots. By engineering context, we can build stateful, intelligent agents that actually feel like personalized companions, assistants that truly remember us and adapt to what we need over the long haul.
And that kind of leaves us with this one last, really fascinating question to think about. Once we solve this problem of digital amnesia, when our AI can build a real long-term understanding of who we are, what new things become possible? What will that unlock for the way we work and learn and create? The future of AI, it turns out, is personal.